All right, mailbag time here in the middle of NBA free agency. I am Tom Downey. That is Jimmy Crowther. Let's get into some questions here, Jimmy, from you, our fans here at Chat Sports. First up, from 2K Player. Who do the Celtics sign to remedy their need of post defense?
Well, you just went out and signed Tristan Thompson. That's a pretty solid addition. If you don't like that, and you don't like the addition or the combination of him, Daniel Tice, and Robert Williams, at this time that we're recording this video, Hassan Whiteside still remains unsigned. So he could be an option for the Boston Celtics. But I think Thompson was kind of their big move for a big man.
that kind of fills that need of having a defensive-minded and rebounding-minded big man. I think that works pretty well for them. From Ryan Vasquez, where do the Mavs end up in the Western Conference? Top 5 seed.
Yeah, I think they're definitely a top 5 seed this season. You look at the teams that will definitely be above them, the Lakers, Clippers, probably the Nuggets as well. You can count those 3. And then after that, it's kind of wide open. Maybe the Utah Jazz are up there. I think Utah Mavs, that's probably your top 5. I think the Warriors probably drop down to about a 6 seed with no Klay Thompson in the mix and a questionable fit with Kelly Oubre and Andrew Wiggins. Another guy, another team that's up there. Now the Suns are up there. The Portland Trailblazers are definitely up there as well. I think Mavs are top 5 this next season with the moves they've made this offseason.
Now, of course, Jimmy, you break down all things Mavs on our All Things Mavs YouTube channel. Why should the people subscribe?
Because we have the best Mavs coverage on the internet, so make sure you check us out at youtube.com/allthingsmavs. We break down everything that happens when it happens. We had Trey Burke, we had Wesley Iwundu, and we're going to have much, much more over on All Things Mavs. Help me hit 11K, just did 10K, so let's keep subscribing to All Things Mavs.
From Supreme Gamer 99, are the Atlanta Hawks making the playoffs next season?
I think they are at this point.
I agree.
I think they have to. If not, that's probably a pretty disappointing, flurry of moves. Danilo Gallinari, Chris Dunn, Rajon Rondo, all moves that have been announced.
An offer sheet out right now for Bogdan Bogdanović as well, 4 years, $72 million. You have a lot of nice key core pieces already, namely Trae Young there. I'm inclined to agree. I mean, I know Atlanta was 20-47 last year. 13 wins would have put them in. I think they've made those upgrades.
I think they definitely have.
13 more wins.
And, at the time at which we're recording this, we don't know what's going to happen with Bogdanović, whether the Kings match or not, or whether the Hawks just upright get him, or maybe it's a sign-in trade. But either way, even if they don't get Bogdanović, I think they're set to make the playoffs next offseason.
From Rashard Lee, do you think the Lakers will sign Kyle Korver?
I really don't think they will. I think they're kind of set right now with what they have at the wings. I don't think Korver would get a lot of minutes. Maybe if he's just like, I just want to go to L.A., sure. But I could see him
win a
going.
Title.
Yeah, I could see him going back to Philadelphia.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't think he ends up on the Lakers, but who knows? It might happen.
All right, Lakers fans, for whatever updates and more moves are sure to happen around L.A., hit that big red button and subscribe. If you're watching on Chat Sports, head over to youtube.com/LakersTV and subscribe to our rapidly growing Lakers YouTube channel. We're going to keep you covered on everything going on around the Lakers. And if you've already subscribed, thank you all so much. Maybe go ahead and tell a friend. All right, from Ryan, will the Raptors still be a playoff contender without getting a good big man? I think contender, yeah. I mean, they won 50 games last year.
They'll be in the playoffs. They're not going to be a title contender again, I don't think. I can't imagine that they will be for any reason. So unless they bring in Marc Gasol, bring him back, I think they're probably bottom of the Eastern Conference this next offseason. But I said that this next season, but I said that last offseason, and look where that got me. They were top 3 again in the Eastern Conference.
All right, from Judah, could Capela get traded for a shooting guard or a small forward? I mean, they shouldn't.
I don't know, man. If they really feel like Onyeka Okongwu should be starting or playing more, then maybe. But at the end of the day, yeah, I think you hold on to Capela unless somehow you have to find a way to shed salary now that you're bringing in so much in Dunn and Rondo and Bogdanović potentially and Danilo Gallinari.
From Dylan Frank, how many years away do you think the Knicks are from a playoff berth?
That's always the golden question, isn't it, Dylan?
That's the golden questions for Golden State.
Okay. I'd say...
Got him!
Maybe...
That wasn't even that funny.
God, I don't know. I'll say 2 years. I'll say they're 2 years away. They're not going to get it this year. Maybe they get it the next season. The next season, if R.J. Barrett and Mitchell Robinson continue to grow and Obi Toppin pans out, maybe.
Mm-hmm. All right, from YCJ or G Justin, who's the best fit for Boogie?
Again, I like Toronto as a fit for Boogie. I think that could be a team that makes sense. If he just wants to go to a team where he can play, Charlotte is definitely a team that you could watch out for as they need a real big man. I've seen the Dallas Mavericks kicked around as they want to add toughness and potentially add another big man to their rotation, especially while KP is out. Maybe that's a fit, but I like Toronto. Maybe Miami could also be a team to watch out for DeMarcus Cousins.
From Emerson Donaldson, who would the 76ers trade for Harden, and what are their chances?
I don't think their chances are very good. I don't think the Rockets will end up doing a deal with Daryl Morey. In all honesty, I just don't see it happening. But if they did, it would have to include Ben Simmons.
Yeah, he'd be the linchpin there.
Yeah, you'd have to probably include, a young guy like Matisse Thybulle. You'd have to include future picks. I think Tyrese Maxey, their newest draft pick, would be a guy they include as well. And then, again, a handful of picks to go along with that.
From Forkin Norwal, okay. Do you think Jeremy Lin will be back in the NBA? And if so, with what team?
I don't think so, but he wants to be back. I'd like to see him
Jimmy
back.
Over there.
I want him back. You remember, we watched the NBA Finals together when he was on the Raptors. I was clamoring for him to get some playing time with Toronto, so I hope he's back. I just don't know what team he's going to fit with because the Warriors don't really have enough room to even go and get him right now.
From Woot59, Gordon Hayward replacement for the Celtics.
Here's the thing with the Celtics right now. You don't have a lot of room to make moves. And so you brought in Jeff Teague, you brought in Tristan Thompson. If you're the Celtics, you just roll with it. The good thing for them is that they're fine at the wing position. They can still roll out a lineup of Kemba Walker, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Tristan Thompson.
Give Romeo Langford more playing time.
Yeah, you play Romeo Langford more. Maybe you play Carson Edwards a little bit more. Maybe you play Semi Ojeleye or Grant Williams or Robert Williams a little bit more. They're going to be just fine. They don't have to go out and replace
Taco
Hayward.
Fall minutes.
He's still a free agent. Somebody can still go and get themselves some Taco Fall. So we'll have to see if he's back with the Celtics.
All right, Celtics fans, if you want consistent updates, well, go subscribe to our Celtics YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/CelticsTV. Just surpassed 2K. Now we're coming up on 3K. So if you're a Boston fan, head over youtube.com/CelticsTV. Gio wants us to grade the Celtics free agency and the draft, Jimmy. Oh, I don't like that face.
It's actually not.
Hater Jimmy's coming out.
It's really not been that good. You lost Gordon Hayward, but I liked bringing in Tristan Thompson and Jeff Teague. I think Jeff Teague's an upgrade over Brad Wanamaker. They got Aaron Nesmith. I like that pickup. I think that was really important. You drafted Peyton Pritchard in the first round. No, thank you. And then Yam Madar is probably not going to be playing this next year. So altogether, like a B-, C+ for the Celtics. It hasn't been great because you lost a guy, and then your draft wasn't incredible. But I liked Aaron Nesmith, and I liked the pickup of Tristan Thompson.
From the main Mania Goat 1223 TBMJ, do the Hawks trade John Collins for a shooting guard and pick? So very similar to our Clint Capela question.
If you're going to trade one or the other, you trade Clint Capela. You don't trade John Collins. Now, you're not going to get as much value in return for Clint Capela, but you roll with what you got. John Collins is a 20-point-per-game guy. I'm not trading him if I'm the Atlanta Hawks, but there have been talks about potentially doing that to clear up cap space, so we'll see. I don't know who the shooting guard is that they need. I mean, they have Kevin Huerter, so their shooting guard position is actually okay. If they have Bogdanovich that comes in, they'll be fine at the shooting guard position.